Hi, I'm Debby Gans, affectionately known in this community as Benji's mom. I also have an incredible daughter, Carly, and I'm married to Will, a great dad and a true partner. We are a typical family, except that we're not. We chose to change the course of our fate when we were given a very grim autism diagnosis for Benji. Seated at a table with 12 experts, imagine being told this about your 3-year-old son. Benjamin is functioning at a level of less than 2 years old. He has very low cognitive ability. He is significantly delayed in self-help, language skills, and verbal skills. Social skills are severely impaired. In layman's terms, Mom and Dad, keep your expectations low. We were advised to take him home and love him instead of wasting money on unproven therapies. Back at home, Benji was doing his best to communicate his discomfort in the world. Crying was constant, and nothing seemed to give his cries relief. Instead of having a curiosity about his surroundings, he was paralyzed with fear. Routine sounds, everyday life, and the presence of family and friends all rocked his little world. My efforts to protect Benji from all that he feared led to isolation. Our isolation left me with time to wonder why I had been so anxious to become a parent in the first place. I was exhausted, scared, and defeated. Hearing the seemingly hopeless recommendations of the experts felt as if a knife had been jabbed into my heart. But it also stirred something deep within me. We refused to accept this as the fate of our child. In addition to taking him home and loving him, we scoured the earth, seeking treatments and resources that could help Benji. You are about to see that these efforts paid off better than a Powerball ticket. As I proudly present to you my son, Benji Gans, who against all odds is here to tell you his story.
Thanks, Mom. Hi, I'm Benji, a 13-year-old from Florida. I go to school, I enjoy playing instruments, and going for a run. I love to fish, and I love my family. I bet you know some of these people in the audience, huh? But for as long as I can remember, I've always felt that there was something different about me. Growing up, many skills were difficult for me to learn. It was really hard for me to learn to write, to throw a ball, and to use my hands. I used to do things over and over again, for example, turning lights on and off, on and off. It drove my parents crazy. Learning to read was also very hard. It was easy for me to learn how to read the words, but it was kind of tricky to analyze them, to help me to understand what they meant. I would hear people when they spoke to me, but just like the reading, it was hard to understand the message behind them. I used to only eat 2 foods. Now I eat lots of foods. My favorite food is steak. That was just me when I was little. It's not a stock photo or anything like that. Here's something interesting. I did not talk or communicate at all until I was 4. After hundreds of hours of therapy, I said my very first word, mommy. It took me years to give up my baby bottle. Everyone in my life feared I'd still have it today and even take it to college with me. I did not pay attention to anyone or anything because my brain couldn't focus on the right inputs. Everything sounds louder to me than most other people. When I hear an emergency vehicle, I've trouble, quote unquote, filtering the noise out of my head. It's like my ears are right next to the siren, even though I could be like a couple feet away. And occasionally, I would start to mimic the noise of the emergency vehicle. And that makes my younger sister really mad. That's you, kiddo. I think it bugs other people too. But they, no offense, Carly, but they are a little more polite about it. When I was younger, it was extremely difficult to try and escape the crab trap with all my challenges in it. It's like I was in a crab trap with all challenges, and then it was like, you know how like crabs can like get stuck? And it was like me with my challenges sort of thing. Through lots and lots of hard work, my challenges are so much minor than they used to be. It's like I'm so much closer to the exit than I was when I was littler. My nickname is Benji PS. Since I can tell you how to get anywhere, sit with using exact street names, completely precise, and approximate mileage. I can also play many instruments. Violin, alto saxophone, and I'm teaching myself how to play the piano. I have strong foreign language skills. The principal at my school once heard me speak Hebrew and mistook me for an Israeli. A lot of people want to know when I first understood I was different and I found out I had autism. I cannot recall when I first understood I was different. However, for as long as I can remember, I've been trying to improve those skills, to help me move through life smoother and easier. So, how did I change from that kid, this boy, to the one that is standing in front of you today, March 24th, 2017? My mom and I went on a voyage. This is a true story. Me and my mom went on millions of voyages all over planet Earth, crossing every line of longitude, to help me work with special therapists that helped me overcome my fears, like a wonderful areast told us earlier, that just little by little, she got over it when you're afraid of heights. Exactly the same with me. We did things over and over again. My mom might be tiny, but she has never been one to give up. And also, I have a lot of amazing people, some of you are in the audience, to help me learn to manage the things that were more tricky for me. As I mentioned before, I used a lot of therapies to teach my body and brain how to learn to cooperate with each other. Slide things out. Where is it? There it is, yeah. Can you imagine, I know you're sitting right there, but I'm going to talk in third person. Can you imagine my friend Miss Donna's reaction? Can you stand up for me, Miss Donna? So everyone can see you? Can you imagine my friend Miss Donna's reaction when I told, if she was not here, and I told her I was giving a TED Talk? Another one is occupational therapy, OT. A special type of massage to strengthen my body and mind together. It's like a bongo. It's more like a bogo. Like strengthen my body, and you get the strength of my mind too. And that's physical. I'm sorry, I jumped ahead of myself. Occupational therapy, OT, is to help build strength in my fingers, hands, and body. Like we did many exercises with her. And now physical therapy is a special type of massage to strengthen my body and mind together. It's like to put, like occupational therapy did things like individually, but physical therapy actually put it in a melting pot and made it all happen. This is the one that still helps the most, and I know how to do a lot of things to help my body feel more together. Another contributor, wonderful contributor, is a special diet. One of my doctors, fortunately he's not here to join us today, removed gluten from my diet, and after that, I was able to focus much better. Place number one, more than anything, the first place for spirituality comes in first place for helping me the most. Always, always, always brought happiness to me. It literally flourished some happiness right inside my deep soul. When I was little, spirituality has made me happy and calm. And they still do today. And here we go. So how can you, I mentioned all those other people that helped contribute, and there are some ways that you, if I did not mention you, I know there was some of them that I forgot to mention, but for the general, you can help with autism. Always, always be patient. Your brain processes a lot faster than mine does. So just be patient and just let it happen. You know what I mean? You gotta let it happen. Just like what we heard about the settling, and you just have to be patient. Same thing goes here with autism. And also, you could always share schedules and plans before they change. For example, I use this one many times. Some of you it's new, some of you have heard it before. For example, say there was someone like me. Say for example, after school today, we are going to go bowling with our friends. And then all of a sudden, my mom would pick me up from school and say, Benji, unfortunately, they canceled and someone is sick. That would be a perfect example also. And it's unexpected changes, completely randomized, out of the dark changes are extremely difficult for someone autistic to deal with. Try to keep noise levels down. As I said before, noises can be amplified to someone autistic's ears. Always, this is the most important one. Be kind and tolerant. We process things differently than you do. Even if someone does not look at your face, they are never intending to be disrespectful. Your face is just too hard hard for someone autistic to deal with. It's your face is it's so complicated. It's like a gear set, and it's like a really hard science test. Just your face could be like a really hard science test for someone autistic to deal with. Some facts about autism that you might not already know. Some things you should know. Nobody knows what causes autism. Some doctors think it is gene variations plus environmental pollutants. Every year, more and more kids are diagnosed on the spectrum. Hopefully someday soon, we will understand why. Even scientists or experts, no one knows. You cannot take a pill to cure autism, but I am complete proof that there is a gazillion things that we can do to make it better. Autism is not contagious. If you were to be like me with autism, you would not walk out of here with autism. It's not like a fever. Do not think you are going to walk out with autism because I am autistic. It is not happening. You will not walk out of here with autism. You will just walk out of here like yourselves. But there's one thing that is contagious, and it's a sickness that you want to get. You might not believe me, but it's true. It is called hope. I'm sure a lot of you know what it is. And hope is everywhere. It's not one of those things that it's more affected in Africa than it is United States. It is everywhere, all over planet Earth. If a doctor tells you that your child will never be able to walk, talk, run, read, or something sounds really bad, think of our story that I told you today. And just keep trying. Just keep trying and trying and trying. You could be one. If you're a parent of an autistic child, your child could be me if you just keep trying to do what you can. It's a possibility. Against steep odds, I am here today telling you our story. Today's speech in front of you all is just another chapter. Thank you.